Okay, good afternoon everybody. This is another video by Mr. Drone. So I'm going to do my midweek Bramley Moore Dock video, the Everton Stadium at Bramley Moore Dock, should I say. Get picked up on that for calling it the Bramley Moore Dock Stadium. But anyway, this is my midweek video. Unfortunately, I did say last week that I'm aiming to basically get to site and do these midweek ones flying over so we can have a look at certain points that people bring up. But the wind this week again is absolutely horrendous, so I wouldn't even bother trying to fly down there whilst it's so windy. So going to go back to the the kind of plan B format, whereas what I'll do, I'll sit down at my desk in my office, play through the weekend's video that was taken on the 27th, and go through some questions and comments that you've put to me. Okay, so we're going to do it that way this week. Let's get to it. Let's go. Okay guys, so here we go. So first and foremost, we're going straight up in the air. So to repeat, this is my what you're watch looping, and I'll go to certain points at certain times, is my video from Friday the 27th of January, which I put out there. So that's going to play. I'll be down in the corner. I'm doing my speech. So let's jump into the questions and comments you put over to me now on this video. So first up, we have, you will see me looking at my phone for the questions and comments as well. First up, we have Gary Shaw, who says, do Everton have any plans to bring parts of Goodison Park over and incorporate with the new stadium? You know, like Arsenal took the clock to the Emirates. Really good question, that, Gary. Yeah, I believe they do. There are certain things that they are. I've asked this question in the past though, because I did ask the guys at Everton that we speak to, what did I ask? Sorry, got totally distracted. You know what? I got distracted because the video playing. So I asked about the Dixie Dean statue and the Holy Trinity and that. I asked about those things, and all I was told was, yes, they believe there are plans for it, but they haven't got them kind of set in stone yet. They haven't. It's not actual solid plans, Gary. But I think there will be. There certainly will be. Quite a few important bits that they've got at Goodison. They'll have to. It's part of the history, and they'll have to take some stuff over. But I just don't think they've got it all set in stone yet. I think what is set in stone is the stadium, getting that finished and around it, and then they'll probably look at it where they're going to put bits, maybe, or maybe they have, but they just haven't told me. But I believe the plan is to take some of the memories not over. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. Okay, Dave Marriott says, do you think appointing Sean Dyche is a good move? Good question, Dave. And it's a tough question because I don't know. He done well with Burnley for a while, but ultimately Burnley were relegated under him, weren't they? Yeah, okay, so he wasn't actually the manager when they were relegated, because I think they let him go just before, but he was a big part of that. But he was also a big part of them, being a presence in the Premier League for a long time, and he done very well on a shoestring budget, which looks like that's what he's got to have at Everton. I hope so. What I've seen already is that he's had the lads training really hard. He's already told them, I think, that they have to now wear shin pads and proper clothing at training, whereas they've been just running around with no shin pads on, and he said that how can they train properly and train hard when they haven't got shin pads and that on. So, and maybe that explains some of the injuries, if that's what they were doing. So if he's somebody that's going to come in and be a lot tougher with them, then yeah, good move. And I think it's a good move because it did need a change. I did support Frank Lampard a lot, but ultimately there were some things at the end. I don't blame Frank for where we are entirely, but some things at the end, like not making important changes in games, that is down to the manager. I just hope Dyche can get something out of them, can rally them a bit. Doesn't look like we're going to do any movements. It is transfer deadline day today. Doesn't look like we're going to be making any moves at all. I think we've gone for a few players and they're all basically turning us down. That's very sad. That's very sad as an Everton fan. Very sad to see, our history and all that. But at the end of the day, history, players don't come to play for us. Nowadays, players don't come for history, do they? They come for the now. They seem like Conor Gallagher. We were linked with him, Chelsea. He was really quick to turn us down. There was a guy this morning, I think it was a Ghanaian winger. Looks like he's turned us down to go to Southampton. But do I think Dyche is a good move? I don't know. I don't think there was anybody else out there. I don't think Bielsa was the right fit. I think he wants to just go in and absolutely hammer the players and get them running around, sometimes a bit like headless chickens, in my opinion. So I don't know, but maybe Dyche was the best available at that time. But anyway, okay, let's move on. What does everybody else think, by the way? Obviously, this is also a platform, me opening a platform for you guys to discuss it as well. What's everybody else's thoughts on Dyche, the Dyche appointment? Let us know. Let us know down below. Thanks for that, Dave. Let's move on. Okay, and just as we move into the video starting again, we've got Stephen Kane. Nick, love your videos, but this one seemed really rushed. There is so much to look at, but you skated over this time. Was it the fade and light? Get back to filming Saturday mornings. All right, Stephen. I hadn't really rushed it. You know, maybe subconsciously I had a bit because of the fade and light. I don't think so. I'm looking at it now. I got most of the shots in that I usually do. I think I did increase the speed on some of the circulars and that. Do you know what? Maybe, like I say, maybe subconsciously it was the fade and light if it seemed quicker than usual. I am looking at it, and the actual footage side of it looks like it's only about 4.5 minutes to 5 minutes long. So maybe, yeah, okay. Point taken, Stephen. Point taken. I will definitely keep that in mind when doing the next videos. Okay, Saturday mornings. Yeah, it's always weather dependent as well, and what I've got planned. But yeah, Saturday mornings are better. When I do Saturday mornings though, or the Sunday mornings, I prefer to do it when I can get there at like 7 AM or something like that. The light isn't good enough at the moment. I can only get there at like 8:30 when it's light, when it's light enough, and I prefer to already have it done by then. But yeah, point taken, Stephen. Noted. Okay, let's move on. Okay, next up we've got David De Silva Grave. Great video as usual, thanks David. It looks like the temporary pillar for the next roof truss south stand is ready. Okay, so we're going over the south stand right now, and I think, see what we were saying, just inside there. I'm pointing at my screen, well, just inside. And they've started on the second temporary pillar on the north stand. Also, there's now a brick facade on the southwest end of the west stand. Is there? Southwest end of the west. Okay, so we're just going around that now. Yeah, there is, you can see, yeah. Okay, let's have a look as it pops up to the right of your screen. There, yeah, there's some brick facade there. Definitely, David, good spot that, and we're zooming in on it there. And as we zoom in, let's have a look at the blue support. So we can see the blue one on the south stand to the right of the screen. And, yeah, they are starting another one on the... So there's the one to the south stand. And as it pans round, let's look to the north stand now. I think David means down by the other end, by the east stand end, which will be as we go round. Let's just keep rolling on this. It's ideal that it's come to. So as it pans up now, as this picture pans up, look there's the blue supports to the south stand at the other end. And as we go down here, so we're going from the northwest corner, travelling down to the northeast, and yeah, they are. You can just see in front. It's hard to see looking through these stands now because of all the metal, but you can see there is another blue support they're putting up. Might be in sight here as we. It's not. I think the next shot is as I pan round. Let's have a look. I'm just staying on this question, David, so we can look at this. So yeah, as we pan round here, this going around the northeast corner, as it said at the bottom. You'll see. There it is there, David. So yeah, good spot. Well done. So yeah, the two new blue supports, one to the north, one to the south, and the brick facades on the southwest corner of the west stand. Yeah, excellent spot, David. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we've got Craig Williams who says, "Hey Nick, great video as always." Thanks, Craig. Potentially new manager and Gordon gone by the time your next update. Yeah, well there is. One thing I noticed on the last Everton video, and you can just make it out on your overhead of the west stand. Okay, I'll go back to that in a minute. The concrete raker beams have steel sections on the ends, So the floor they are completing should be the last level, and then we'll probably complete the rest in steel. Hopefully this will make it go up even quicker, so we can see the north and south stands connecting to the west. Okay, Craig, so I'll tell you what, we are going, this is the overhead of the east. So let's let these photos finish, and then I will head back. That was the west stand then. We'll head back to the west stand, Craig. Okay, so here it goes over the west stand now, and you said the raker beams have steel on them, so it should be the last ones. Yeah, you're right. There's still a bit to do though on that, isn't there? But yeah, maybe it is the last level. Craig, I lost your message there whilst that was happening, but yeah, maybe that is the last level. It does certainly look that way. I think you could be right. Then the rest, well, the last concrete level, the rest going to be in steel, which should speed it up. Fingers crossed. But yeah, Craig, thanks very much for that. Thanks for your message. Let's move on. Okay, next up we have Gary Banks, who said, thanks Nick. Thanks again, Nick. The stadium looks stunning with low light from the sunset. Thanks, Gary. A few questions, please, Nick. At the west stand section, what's happening to the groundwork? I understood that a section of water would be put back. Yeah, so it's the section of water that's going to be put back is the very end section between the. It's right up by the Mersey. I think what I'll do, Gary. Okay, I will. If you keep an eye out, and I'll try and remember this. Like I say, if I could have got up in the air today to do this video, look at the sun shining on my head there. If I could have got up in the air today to do my video, I could have showed you exactly where I meant. But I'll try and keep this in mind for the weekend and try and point it out. Okay, but they are putting a section of water back in behind the west stand. So you're gonna have the west stand, then the steps, and then there's going to be a section of water there, I believe. So yeah, I'll definitely try and point that out to you at the weekend. Now you said, do you or anyone know what the space behind the seating and at the corners, what the space behind the seating at the corners? Seems to be a lot of empty space. Many thanks for a brilliant video. Okay, so as you're looking at the picture there, you just mean behind the terracing seats and the corners, what's going in there? I mean, I just assume what I think it'll be used for is to, like, you know, put all their, like, what do they call it, utilities, maybe aircon and stuff like that, maybe in and around there. But I'm not 100%. I don't think it does look like. So if we put up now the southeast corner, Gary, there's not loads of space. It's not loads of space. I don't think anyway. In between there, it's not like there's loads of wasted space. In between there and under the seats, if that's where you mean, if you could clarify on that for me. But I don't think there is loads of wasted space there, you know. Personally, what does everybody else think? And does anybody know if there is anything going there? If so, let us know down below. Thanks very much for that, Gary. We'll move on. Okay, we've got Peter Fitzsimmons, who says, hi Nick, what is your view on possible number plates on drones? Great videos that you share, especially as I live in Spain, but I visited the stadium site last September, October. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Peter. I hope it's nice and sunny and not windy in Spain for you. Number plates on drones, I don't think it's necessary because we kind of have them already. We all have to have our operator ID on our drones to be visible. You have to fly with that. That kind of is your number plate, so to speak. So I think it's already there, really, Peter, to be honest with you. Although, if you heard that they're meant to be doing that actual number plates, I haven't, but let's be honest, I don't hear every single thing, so may have missed it. But yeah, your operator ID has to be shown, which is kind of your number plate anyway. But yeah, that's my view on it. Okay, thanks for that. Let's move on. Okay, we've got Guess Who 1878, who says, hi Nick, another great update to the site. Thank you very much. How does the work on the hydraulic tower seem to be going along? And I kept in a reply. In fact, no, this isn't a reply. It's another message from Anthony Sheen, who said, hi Nick, another great video. Like someone else already mentioned, could you please zoom in on the hydraulic tower and the work being done on it? Because there's been scaffolding put up since the work on the stadium began Are they sandblasting the building, repointing the brickwork, etc.? Also, what will it be used for once it's finished? Does it now belong to the club to use as maybe a history museum of the dock? Yes, okay. So the reason why I kept them two in, they were asked one after the other, both regarding the hydraulic tower. So what I will do, both you, Guess78 and Anthony Sheen, I'll take a good look at that hydraulic tower again. I've done this in previous videos when I've been asked, I've had a good look at it. The next one, I'll have a look at the hydraulic tower for you. If you look at my video probably a month or so ago, I had a special look then, but I'll have another look for everyone. And yes, so there's mixed, Anthony, there's mixed thoughts and opinions and reports on what it's going to be. I think it's going to be some sort of like some sort of Everton museum, as well as a cafe in a fan zone, but I'm not 100%. Other people said like a bar and stuff like that. I don't think it's going to be a bar, but yeah, that's what it might earn then. But yeah, trying to cut down on them. But yeah, that's what I think it's going to be. But I'll have a good look at it on my next video, okay, guys? So keep watching for that. It'll be at the weekend, okay? I'll definitely have a look. Moving on. I think some of those photographs look great at the end, don't they? Okay, we've now got Carl Byron, who says, "Hey Nick, thanks for the site update." No problem, Carl. I just want to know your thoughts on Anthony Gordon heading to Newcastle, and what's your thoughts on Dyche taking over the managerial position. Thanks again for your work. Okay, Carl, so I already spoke about Dyche before, so I've already answered that. Dyche is just one of those appointments for me that I'm not sure. I'll back him. I'll back him, and I hope it works. I hope to God it works. I really, really do. But I'm just unsure. Anthony Gordon heading to Newcastle. Not bothered. I'm not bothered mainly because we made good money on him. You look at the stats: 78 appearances, 7 goals. He can look good when he runs at opponents sometimes. Does he do much with it at the end? Not really. Stats will tell you that. So I think, in all honesty, and my own personal opinion, I think he got a bit too big for his boots at Everton. I think that's my honest opinion. I don't think he's as good, and he didn't hit the heights at Everton that we wanted him to. But I think also that was part of him sulking a bit and forcing a move. I think the way he did it was atrocious. As somebody who's meant to be a boyhood blue Everton fan and all that, I think it's absolutely atrocious what he did. I did hear that Chelsea made an approach for Onana, and Onana apparently allegedly replied saying his main focus and priority is to work hard to keep Everton in Premier League this season. That's amazing to hear, and wouldn't have been amazing for a boyhood blue like Anthony Gordon to have said it, instead of not turning up at training, sulking and forcing a move away. So my thoughts on him leaving, I don't care. I don't wish him luck at all. Unfortunately, I'd normally, like, if a player's come and worked hard and done everything they can and put their heart and soul and work into the club, but you wish them well. Richarlison, good luck at Tottenham. Good luck in the future, kind of thing, But no, Gordon, don't wish you luck at all, lad. Not at all. Unfortunately, but I don't. So there's my thoughts, Carl. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we've got Paul Flower, who says, "Are you going to be documenting the demolition of Goodison Park when that starts in the future?" Yeah, absolutely, Paul. Absolutely, I will. 100%. Keep an eye out for that. It'd be sad, but we'll certainly watch it. A bit of history, but yeah, I'll be sad to see it go. Hopefully, Everton don't try to put restrictions on us drone flyers doing that, because just like Bramley Moore Dock site, they've no right to put restrictions on. Yeah, I'm sure they'll still try, because they want their drones to be up in the air, and they want to be the only ones covering it. Doesn't work like that, does it? But yeah, I'll definitely be covering it, Paul. Yeah, okay. And I think this is last up, nearly 20 minutes on. So yeah, we've got Sophie Jones, who says, "Is it true that an American company are considering buying the ground and renting it to Everton?" So this is about Bramley Moore Dock, isn't it, Sophie? I did mention this in my last video. So I don't know if you're asking if it's true from what I'd said, because I'd heard that somebody had told me, or if you've heard it as well. So let me know, Sophie, if you heard it elsewhere or just from my video. But I don't know. I've heard nothing more, and I did say in my last video, I don't think it's true personally. I don't think there's any truth to it. But I've just realised I've done most of this talking to my phone instead of talking to the camera. I apologise for that. Sophie, I'll address you properly. Yeah, I don't think there's any truth in it personally, but we never know, do we? We never know with football. We never know with Everton. So yeah, I hope not. Obviously, I hope not. And I can't see it, but I think Mashiri done an interview with the fans board, didn't he? And yeah, I thought the guy interviewing him just looked nervous as hell. But anyway, he was meant to be reassuring, but I don't think he did reassure anyone of much at all, really. So who knows, Sophie? Anyway, guys, this video is going to come to an end, this loop, what we're watching. So I hope I covered most things there. I'm going to jump to my outro, as I call it. Now it's finished up. Okay, guys, so there you go. That was my midweek video of the Everton Stadium at Bramley Moore Dock. Unfortunately, unable to fly there today because of the wind. No other reason, just that it's really strong winds this week. It's going to be a nightmare again. It's irritating. Okay, that's all I'll say. It's irritating. So I'm doing this from it's the boardroom in my office, which I'm actually going to. You'll see I've got a big screen there ready to go up. I've got other things arriving because this is the room I'm going to turn into a kind of studio to start doing a lot more videos from. And I've got a few things planned, which I'll talk about tonight in my live Q&A. If anybody's attending, that's going to be around 8:30, as close to 8:30 p.m. as I can get it. But yeah, that's going to be a live Q&A. Feel free to jump on. We'll have a chat, talk about things I've got planned, things I've done, talk about you if you want. You can ask any questions you want. Do some giveaways as well. I'm giving away a DJI Mini 2 drone as well as a few other bits. So guys, yeah, if you can get there, get there. If not, no bother. We're all busy people. So yeah, please like, share, subscribe. If you would like to do what, buy me a beer, you can do so using this link. No pressure whatsoever. And for any branded clothing like this, everybody made loads of comments on my latest orange gear. I was being told I look like the Tango Man and all sorts. But yeah, for any of my branded clothing, follow this link. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. Bye now. I hope to see you there tonight as well. But no bother if not. Take care.